Hi, it's your girl Kelly. Kelly, sorry, wow. You would have thought I just didn't do anything just now. Oh, hi. His dog is acting like a cat. Well, he's got his new T-shirt. Yes, I put it on him. He picked it out yesterday for himself. There was more, like a whiter one, and then there was this one, and he was like, "Mom, this is the one I want." But and he's really good at picking out his clothes. So that's the thing. I'm like, yeah, I pick up two, and he goes, that one. You see, it's no bother for him. It didn't take forever. He knows what he wants. So I'll see if I can, gear a little bit closer. I kind of, it's hard to see. So, but it's adorable. It's orange, it's so cute. So we had an okay sleeping night. I'd like moved just a few times, and you know, you know, it was tiring, but not that tiring. I really got some sleep. So now we have a lot of things to do. Um, I'm learning stuff about my car. So, which is great because I took a little bit of time to read the manual this morning. After doing I did a little bit of a wash up. I did a full wash up yesterday. I went to the bathroom and I did a full wash up. I bought in my cotton. I bought in my clothes. I did like a full wash up. And this was like, I don't know how to put it, but it was heavenly. Um, I'm gonna work on my makeup and getting ready because it's the hour. Now is the time. Now is the hour. Oh my God! Do you remember that movie? I was such an '80s freak, and so you know, even if it was '90s, I don't know. But I'm just gonna go ahead and give myself a lip, and starting on the wrong foot. It just because the palette's open, and I know I can complete it, and just get the basics of the look out of the way. And just letting you know, yeah, this probably was a little bit too much, but it's okay. I'm just gonna finish off and get myself going. Sometimes our routines are, they're so befuddled. There's so much going on. You take a time to slow down, and then, you realize you didn't go anywhere. You did all this makeup. You made it to a Denny's that day. You didn't get any further than you wanted to. There's a person who 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 uh, who sneaker pimped you and made it to several places. It's just you didn't do anything. So yeah, you got punked, and by somebody who bought sneakers and was able to walk like several miles and resolve all their issues. you know Here you are like, oh, I got my big rig. And so that's why I say it's never good to compare. Don't do it, because you're gonna be like, you know hey, you go to a farm, right? What is it? Oh, he's ready for his food. um, he stripped the paper just now. So let me give him his food. He is such I'm trying to do it really small because he's a little guy and he's intimidated by big chunks. So I just trying to get that done. So I take his piece. He's just taking it from me. He just does not care. So I'm just trying to make it smaller. He's ready to eat. He's hungry. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that back here. I see a little bit of bump. Okay. And so, yeah, I wanted to have that ready for him because he's kind of been you know, he lets me know like right away, you know, I'm not gonna eat that. I'm not hungry, but I know I have to do something, so it's easier. And he's like eating. He's like very happy. So that's, you know, that's the, you know, them's the breaks, right? So you know, you have to try to save money, but then his breakfast is out of the way. I'm not gonna need any breakfast probably, and yeah, we should be fine. So that's what that is all about. Um, um, I just need my 2 pens. So hopefully, I brushed his hair. So he's got like big hair in the front right now. And then, you know, we are just doing so much better than I thought. I did get one of those lights on for the car. I don't know if you guys have ever had a light go on. And try not to panic. That's what I told myself. Open up the manual for the car, especially if you're a female, and don't give away all your money. Look at what is needed and what is necessary. And yeah, I was like, so that's what I'm saying. You know, you are very welcome to have a panic attack out on the road, but it's not gonna help you. So you're not gonna necessarily. Yesterday I got something happened. I actually resolved. So empty. That's a good morning. I'm gonna open up his legs and get some water. You might hear some cadoodling. That would be he. Water. Agua aquí. Agua aquí. Por favor. Yeah. Breakfast was good. Breakfast was good, huh? Yeah, you're my little boy. Mm-hmm. So yeah, he's good. So we have that going. I'm just gonna put on a little mascara here and a little mascara. I cannot believe how much my eyelashes have grown. If you were on falsies, and you're like me, where people, no, he likes to, let me put my seat up. My belly's all showing here. He likes to sleep, be on my back and come around. So I haven't put my chair in its upright position. So he's taking advantage of that. He likes my body warmth. What can I say? So stay here, and then I can get him to stay on his side because he doesn't like the cane. So it's not like he's been punished by it, but it's just a strange object to him. You know, just like when I pull up the hood of my car, I'm like, where is stuff? And you gotta know where the stuff is. So this nice guy, he told me where the stuff was. He also told me, you know, you need an oil change. You don't have enough oil in your car. They didn't put oil in your car. So I went to another place and they were like, your oil is full. So you have to be careful and get things checked. And if someone says something to you, you have to be wary. Not that you don't trust them, but you're saying you don't trust yourself. So you follow through And you say, I don't trust myself anymore. I thought people were nice. So then you get a couple of suggestions. No, you read the menu. You educate yourself. And then you don't have to ask nobody no more. You can check it for yourself. And it makes you, you want me to check that? You got the hood open? No, I got it. I can do it myself. And that's what you do. If you're going to be out on the road with your man, you go under the car with him, you know? If something happens, you should be just as certified as your brothers to do stuff, you know? It's crazy. You get out there and then you're attacked, because you don't know what to do, you know? That's the thing. God may be everywhere, but you need a man or you need a woman who knows, or you need someone who takes the reign, right? But who's reigning? Who's the reigning queen? And does not a queen know everything going on in her kingdom? Why does she know that? Because she has spies. Why does the queen know what to do? Why does she say, okay, I'm going to have a celebration at this time and this time? Because she knows who the heroes are. She knows that they've done good things. That, and recognizing that her nation is great is not because it's just her kingdom. It's, oh, you still want to come over? Okay. So you gotta comb out. So his hair is very big right now. Hey, kid, you know how much I love it. You want to go out a kid want some water? Mommy's here. Mommy's here. Yes, you're pretty. Oh, precious boy. So that's that. So this is the last of the routine, and then I'll tell you, this is okay. I'm gonna be honest with you. This is what I've read, and I don't know if it's gonna save you or not. It's not meant to save your soul, but it may save your headache. If you were on an incline, I was sleeping down on an incline. When I woke up, the oil light came on. So I moved to check it and to get ready. When I moved, now it's different, and the oil light went off. I opened the manual, read everything, and it said make sure you're level when you check the oil. So now I'm gonna check the oil, get the oil check. I check the thing with the little piece of paper, check the level, and then that's all you have to do. And then just add in a quart of oil, and that's it. And you don't have to worry about this and this and that. I cleaned the car last night. I walked around and changed my clothes, and I did a bathroom wash up with my wet ones. I bought just my little shopping bag I'd gotten. It's a smaller shopping bag. I don't know who I got it from, but it's to keep the so that the it's easy to go in. It's a small bag, so it's not like people are gonna think, oh, she's shoplifting or something like that. And then when they, if they want to check it or open it, it's got the wet ones, and it's got a change of clothes, and then I can put my dirty clothes in, and then I can bring them. And I have the dirty clothes behind me today. I usually leave my dirty clothes in the back, and because it's enough to try not to attract animals and insect every time you open the car, especially if you have the dirty clothes. That's going to attract, and if you have the trash. So I keep the trash in the same compartment as uh, it's doing dual duty. I kind of keep it in the same compartment, and I'm looking for something right now because you always are. You never stop looking for something. So I try. Please don't look at that. I'm hiding it as best as I can. But yeah, you are always looking. I would just say, just as a rule of thumb, you are always looking for something. You will always be looking for something. It is your lifelong duty when you're in a car. You will always be looking for something. And so, if you get to the point where everything is at least around you, I don't know why it is, but this is why I feel like you travel with a cart, and that cart means everything to you. Like, you know, when you're homeless. So people know that when they can take your cart, your car, your um, your livelihood, they can steal parts of you because you won't own anything. Kind of mentality, like like a kind of con artist. Don't ever think that having stuff is going to curse you. Okay, there are people who have mansions, palaces. Don't ever think that you're to, you know, um, you're to be blindsided by the fact that they live in a palace and you don't. Don't ever be blindsided or feel sad about that, because what happens is they you will always find that someone else has more than you do. But and you will always find yourself wondering what you were afraid of, how that affected you. I maybe not. Maybe not. For some people, they've gone on with their lives. They're unaffected by these things. They have good friends. They've surrounded themselves with the best of people, and there's a good feeling about them. You can have that same thing on the road. You just have to be careful. Not everyone's your friend, but you can meet good people. And not everybody, I've conversated with people. I've been happy to take a conversation with them. And then I remember this one guy, he was like, oh, I don't want to, he was like, he wanted to tell his story, but he didn't want to hear anything but anybody else's story. And I said, are you okay? He's like, I got the job. Now he's concentrating on himself. And I said, you just need to be a good listener. But was he listening to me? No. Why? Because he was paid by two people on the street to tell his story. If someone tells you their story and you find it draining or anything, don't worry about it. You might have been punked. It's one way to punk you, and it's an awful punking, but that's what people do these days. They think it's going to crush you to hear someone else's story. Sometimes when you don't want to talk about it, you have to do the best you can. And do the best you can means you're not going to always know. You're not. Who you're talking to, why you're talking to them. And if somebody pays them to tell their story to you and they don't want to hear your story, you know what? You don't have to sit there. You can drive off. You don't have to be polite. You can drive off. You don't. I've consistently, even when I run into people, I've been like, why did I stay and listen to this guy? He's all about himself too, But when there's reciprocity, you find you don't need anything. It's just conversation that you might be missing out on. So don't worry about it. Sometimes you're going to find it and sometimes you're not. Sometimes people are going to open up and sometimes they're going to stay closed because they have to. It's a protection for them too. You nobody, they don't know you, and you could use this information any way you want to, you know? So keep, you want to limit the exposure and yet keep your opportunities open and everything like that. You um in in many ways are your best ally, and also you're the point of your own weaknesses. So to me, I've been doing a lot of just keeping quiet, even when I go by people, just trying to keep quiet. I don't have to have conversations with everybody. It's not necessary. They happen naturally if they do occur. And then, even in those particular situations, even if they happen and occur naturally, you don't have to, there's not too much you need to say or anything. Sometimes I just admire something and I look at it and I know it's pretty. And I just say, oh, that's really pretty. But that's it. And then I walk away. I don't really have to have a conversation. That's it, because it's not really interesting enough to, it's not like they're my mom and she would be like, I love this, it's Christmassy, But what you do is and it never gets old. Christmas never gets old for me. It never gets old. It's never a shadowing of something that should have been messed up or, non beneficial. So, I'm not sure. So, for me, yeah, I wouldn't. I'm kind of weird, but I kind of like the fact that people are. I don't know why my outline. Oh, you know what? It's just my skin's so dark. I. That's just it. It's tan skin. That's just the way it is, and it's such a light color. So I was wondering about that, but that's okay. And I had a little bit of a kerfuffle here, but that's all right. Should be fine. Trying to keep everything going slim. And of course, I can't find my Estee Lauder to even out my skin tone, but I will pick up some, in when I get my paycheck. So I have to wait a little bit, but hopefully I will pick up something. Um, I'm nearby a really good shopping area, so this has been tough for me. I actually feel like it's afforded me the opportunity to actually go ahead and um, be able to do something with my truck that I never thought I'd be able to say. It's basically almost finished um, with the materials that I have. I just need labor because the Dometic fridge is not it's not ready to be installed. So I have to go to Home Depot, and they don't have the day laborers like we used to have back at where we were. So I guess they get sniped up. And the ones that I had, oh, sorry, back at the old place, um, like I wanted them to do the Dometic fridge, and then I realized that like they were like, we can't do that. Nah, they were like, you have to pay us a little bit more money, and I was like, okay. So yeah, they're right. It should come with a little bit more money. It's heavy, and I said, yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I have to get it. I have to figure out where to put it, and I think right now it's one of those things where I am not 100% positive sure. I'm not 100% positive sure on it. So if that can get done, that is going to be a wonderful thing. So I think I have to go to a shop And I think I'm just gonna have to um, see, or I'm gonna have to go back home, and then that's like the second payment. So right now I'm really close to being able to do some things here. Um, and I love it here so much. I really, really love it. It's amazing, and it's still so pretty. You have to remember, though, there aren't a lot of, how should I say, evergreens here. So this will be sparse. Businesses that plant evergreens are, they knew what they were doing. Um, so it gives more privacy when you're doing things, and you can be in a little bit more stealth mode, especially with bushes that don't turn or anything like that. But I'd say for the most part, once the fall hits, this is going to look lovely with the variance of colors, but without evergreens, it's going to be sparse. Yeah. What that means, excuse me, what that means is they'll probably put lights around the base of the tree to welcome guests in, make it light and bright for, the Michaelmas feast or Thanksgiving feast or Christmas feast or whatever you celebrate. And so I am going to look up the Michaelmas feast because that is mentioned so much, and it is it's something that I still haven't read about. The 12th nights I've read about, and that's it's very interesting. So I think I'll do a separate video on the 12th nights, but what we have is we have the 12th the 12 days of Christmas song, right? But the 12th night is this 12 like days of feasting, right? And this is something that it is the darkest time. It's not that there's any less work to be done by staff and cook or by people, but what it is it's a celebration at the manor or at the big house, and he celebrates with uh, his land tenants and his servants at the table, and there's still a lot of cooking to be done, a lot of prep work and things to be done, but you get to sit at the table. And then there is sort of towards the 12th night steaming, there is a reversal for the person who gets this it's like supposed to be like a hard P or some type of a ring or some type of a small emblem. If they get it while they're eating, it's baked in or it's put in whatever, and it's added to the this particular dish. And if they get it, they become the king or the queen for that night. And the king or the queen or the feudal lord, I wouldn't say king or queen, but I would say these are more of the courtiers or the viscounts. They are supposed to become or baronets. They are supposed to do your bidding for at least a little bit. Now, I would be very careful about this, seeing as though you still have to work for them, right? And you really are still working for them. But usually it is supposed to be something kind of pre-planned so that you get to have your livelihood and your job. So you don't want to embarrass, have it be too embarrassing and too unsweet. So you want to, it's diplomatically done so that people survive. um, and so, you know, whatever you can think of, I would think of something for them to do, and not have uh, any anything that's going to wreck it for you. So, if you could think of something that you would want your boss to do, what would you have them do in this day and age? That kind of would poke but not hurt, and still leave them with, all the respect and honor. What would you do? And I don't know, but think of some things, because I'll put out a separate video and we'll read through the text of the 12th nights, and then we will read through Michaelmas and the Michaelmas feast. And what is that going to look like when I'm glamping and camping? So a part of having your refrigerator stopped, even if you just preserve 2 days worth of food, or it's better to have it than it is not to have it. And I have been trying to overdo it with it, and I might actually settle to not have it, but it's such an item that I don't know if I would want to keep it. And I think I might want to get something smaller, or a smaller version of itself, because it's so powerful. It almost seems too much for me. Like, it would be nice if it was for a family of this and this and that. But I also feel as though if I do something like, what do you call it? Like one of the food services, it would actually be the perfect item to have. And you can do, you can do different foods on the road. And I'm not going to endorse one, but there are ones that the food is either kept fresh, or it's kept frozen, or you just refrigerate it. And so this kind of helps, because the meals, they're not coming one at a time. You're getting like maybe a week worth of food at a time. Something like this would be pretty ideal. But it also behooves you to try to, work that out for yourself. Whatever you're going to do, anything's better than what I've been doing, because it has the potential to keep your nutrient level high enough so that you can then keep your energy level high enough. I don't want to go on supplements, and for that, it does take a little bit of mixing your food up, because you want, to get things from different food groups. Remember the pyramid and everything like that. We weren't punked or anything by that, but what it does is it signals that if I feel really too tired, and I can't go on, there's something wrong. But you have to remember, when I was shopping before, and I shopped with my mom and my sister, I couldn't go on in a very short amount of time. Yesterday, I went shopping through 2 stores, and I spent hours in both. And at the end of it, I wasn't tired at all. I still had enough to come back, and actually, I think we went to another place And then I remember coming here because it was raining by then, and it was very late in it was later in the evening than I thought it was, but I didn't even look at the timer or the clock. And I cleaned out the car, changed my clothes, went in with my stuff and took a shower, and it was magnificent. And I was really surprised at just how good it felt last night, to go in and then come out and just smell so much better, feel so much better. So yes, I've taken a preemptive wash up where in the morning, where I've gotten my teeth clean, and from what I understand, the routine is rinse with the rinse, floss, because you've got the rinse in a little bit. It can take and help loosen up the particles, and then brush afterwards, and that keeps the protection on your teeth. And so I think, just by virtue, my teeth they look okay, but I'm still kind of afraid, and I want to make sure, that I'm doing the right thing. So, now it's time. So a little bit of water lapping. Yeah, and so then trying to repeat that later on and form the habits, that I think even when I was at home, I was kind of lazy about, but it's so weird. I feel kind of ashamed if I don't clean out the car. And I had trash all here. I had trash all in the back, I thought, but it wasn't that bad. It was, the dog was laying on one of my shirts. And I like to keep the bed clear, and I keep the trash bag that doubles as trash bag doubles as a bathroom bag, because I realize all I'm doing is throwing away trash, right? So I don't need a separate trash for that. It's trash that's trash. So I learned that this can double as that. Now, I don't put things in, a lot of added extra things, so hopefully it should be fine. But that's about it. And I try to make them separate, and I try to do bathroom breaks separate. So that bag will be within another bag. Just to clarify, that bag is separate, but it's the bag that goes in. I don't have to change that bag just because there's a bag within it. And then it keeps it, so you have one bag tied tight, that's that bag, and then you have the other one. So what I've learned is I can have the trash bucket be the bucket trash bin, and then when that actually makes me feel like I can take it outside. And there might be I've had it where I've been sick, and not to mention, but there, with that sickness comes multiple tied bags. And so I have those bags tied up, and then when I'm able to get to a place, then I can dispose. So I think I'm saying the bucket does double duty. It's trash, but it's also, double duty. And so it makes me feel a little bit better. So other than that, and then I keep the bag, I'm sorry, my girls are showing here, but we will put them, I've had a better time keeping them in than I have keeping them out. So I'm trying to find a spot for them. Let's hopefully show a spot. Of course, push it over there. That looks good. My running out of toothpaste, so I grabbed 2 from the dollar store. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Here is, oops, here is what I have. So I think it's time. I've been really pushing it, but this is where I've been, and now I know, at least after this is a good like month and a half, for at least most of the time doing a 2 brush. So I'm still have a little bit more. Let's save this for tonight. But then I have my preparation. I have plaques. I use these. That's my floss, and then I just go to, and then I just get the rinse, which, you know, hopefully, and I use that sporadically. Now this one is a little bit, I don't know why. So it's a little bit narrower, but it is the Arctic White. I don't know. Hopefully, I drink coffee, so I'm trying to, you know, work on that. But we have it, and this is not gonna last as long. It's a little bit lighter. It is a 2, and this one was a little bit small. Oh, it's bigger. Can't quite read it. So sometimes you have to be careful. I picked it up on sale. I thought as a 2 for, or I thought I was gonna run out. So that's pretty much it for me. And I have loved this Arctic White. It's doing something, because I don't know. I feel like my teeth all kind of have a certain look together. Hopefully. So that's where we are, and hopefully it will work out. Now, oops, I will tell you, I have fallen in love with the routine being super easy. So we're good. The car's good. We're going to, I'm going to head in and do a change of clothes. So as you can see, I've done the underarms. I've done everything down below that I could get to. And so now we're going to just change out that which we had overnight, and we're going to either and we're just going to get into fresh day clothes. So when I'm driving, just in case something happens, I wear underwear that allows for free flowing, if you know what I mean. So depends type underwear. And then when it helps you, I'm not saying you're crazy astronaut lady going to, you know, you know, but what you get to be is you get to be, especially if you're a little bit older, you get to be a little bit more freer. And if something happens, you don't have to worry about messing up the car too much. You got like a layer of protection. And I wear, when I can get them, I get the seat pads. So that also adds a little bit of protection for the seat. And then, so the seat is protected, I am protected and girded, and it makes me feel more secure until I can get into the routine of the wins and the wears, and knowing, like, you know, here I can go, here I can go. And sometimes, finding a quick go-to spot is all you need. But if you need more time and you miscalculate that, things can go really, really bad. So I hope that you do the best you can. I had the pop-up tent, but the pop-up tent that was my fault. As much as I want to say, like, the wire around the pop-up tent is, and this pop-up tent is great. It's so nice. But I also feel as though I didn't take care of it the way it needed to be taken care of. And I had it for like 2 years before I actually, really used it, So it was an item. I'm going to look on my Amazon account, but I think it was an item I had for 2 years. So I used it out sporadically. The only thing I would say is it was just going to be time anyway for it to be replaced, because I had used it a couple of times. It had been in the car. I hadn't folded it back down properly. And basically, when it gets, it broke. And that didn't actually surprise me. It didn't hurt or anything. But what I found is that, what do you call it? Shower curtains that are $1, or like, I don't know, the plastic table covers and some clips also do wonders. They don't do wonders over top of you unless you clip it and go underneath. So get something long enough that you can go underneath, and then you can sit with the bucket a little bit longer. That's the way I feel about it. Even if you're behind bushes or a building, or you're someplace safe, it's at least you've got something long enough that it covers, so you're in between. And then once you're done with that portion of it, immediately close up the bag, spray your freshener, whatever you need to do to keep people from, like, smelling parts of you don't even want your friends and family to smell. So that becomes precarious. The pop-up tent does say, this is what I'm doing. I'm getting ready. I'm showering. I'm, doing my best, taking care of business. But I think it's cool to be a little bit, stealth mode with your sheets and stuff like that. And the only thing I would say is, this is a cheaper alternative. If you go to a dollar store or Dollar Tree or Dollar General, you can get something, and you can just make sure you keep your clips nearby, because remarkably I have lost all my clips. So get the clips, get the curtains, and get enough clips so that you can actually quickly put stuff up. Anyway, it's getting really bright. So I'm going to continue with my routine. I'm going to finish washing up in the store, so everything smells good, looks good for the rest of the day. And you guys have a great day. Or a good day, or an okay day, or a just modestly okay day. I don't want it to be, I don't want to determine your day. And some people get mad if you say great day. That's hard to achieve. So I would say, I want to keep it like modest, because, everyone's just doing the best that they can do. So enjoy what you can, forget the rest, and know that you're loved. Okay. You're never alone. All right. Bye. Bye.